are red, and violets are blue. Aces are grand, unless you get two on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Perry.
That's very nice. Hello there. Thank you. Welcome to Card Shark. You're very kind. Thank you. That's very nice, and thank you for joining us at home. Thank you, Gene. Thank you so much. Counting down with the third from the last show of Card Sharks on NBC. Nice opening poem from Gladys Cameron of Eagle Grove, Iowa. Thank you, Gladys. Now let's open the board. Let's keep it going. Let's get to the cards. Go ahead. Janice and Lois will load them in. Here come our Card Sharks. Hello there, Leslie Callum, our champion.
How you
nice
doing?
to see you again. I'm fine. Again, a little reminder about you.
Okay, I'm Leslie Kellum. My husband and I are recent residents to California. I'm a flight attendant for a major international airline, and our baby is due on New Year's Eve.
Good, and a good player here. New Year's Eve, huh? Good luck with the baby, and good luck here again.
Thank you.
Carl Nixon, our challenger. Hi, Carl. Nice to see you again.
Hi. Oh, yeah!
Carl, you've got some fans here.
Hey, why not? I'll take it.
Well, I've got to ask you the question then, sounding from those voices there. Are you single, Carl?
Absolutely, and I don't know any of them, but I'd like to know them all.
Tell us a little about yourself, Carl.
Okay, my name is Carl Nixon. I just moved to Santa Monica from Barberton, Ohio, and my main loves in life are tennis and soap operas.
How about girls, Carl?
Absolutely.
Girls, too.
Without
okay.
a doubt.
Nice to have you back. You both cut the cards, yes?
Yes, sir, we did.
Let's pick up where we left off. We played the best 2 out of 3. We left off in kind of a tense moment because the cards bounced around yesterday. We're playing game 1, and looking at the board, Leslie has a 6 as her base card, needs 4 cards. Carl, with a better base card, a king, also needs 4, but it's sudden death. Someone has to win this game on this play of the cards, and it looks like getting control of this question very important. And Carl, as we left off, it goes to you.
Okay.
Carl, we asked 100 second-grade children. Very simply, are grown-ups too serious? How many second graders said grown-ups are too serious?
Well, let me tell you something. I'm 20 years old, and I still think grown-ups are too serious. So second graders would probably think that's also the case. So I think it's a high number, probably around 61.
61 out of 100 second graders.
It's got to be higher than that. I think kids really think parents are too strict with them, so it's higher.
Even higher than that. If it's higher, you'll play your cards, Leslie. If not, it'll be Carl who gets control of the cards. And the actual number of second graders who said grown-ups are too serious is 57. Not higher, a little bit lower. Carl, you've got control. It is sudden death, where you can play it or pass it.
Pass it to Leslie.
Somehow I thought whoever got it was going to be passing it. Leslie, you're on the spot. You must play the 6. You've got to get all 4 questions to win. If not, the game belongs to Carl. But look at the bright side. You get them all, it's also a $500 run.
Great.
So here we go with a 6.
Okay, it's got to be higher.
Higher, she says. No, right away it's not. And Carl wins game 1, getting control in sudden death. Well, we'll be back with game 2 in a moment, right after this. Control. Carl is game number 1. We're dealing out same 2 decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck, starting game 2, game that Leslie needs, with a question to Leslie. Leslie, we found 100 single women who are living with a man. And we asked them, even though you're living with one man, are you secretly dating another? You like soap operas, huh, Carl?
Absolutely.
How many women admitted they are secretly dating another man on the side?
I think that's probably low because people today, when they live together, that's a real commitment. So I think probably 32.
32 out of 100 are living with one man and secretly dating another on the side.
I think it's got to be higher than that. I don't know any women that are only satisfied with one, except for the ones that are married. So it's got to be higher.
Higher than that.
Higher than 32.
The soap opera influence of Carl says higher, 32 and higher. The actual number of women who admitted they are secretly dating another man on the side is 4. That's all. Leslie was right with the commitment. Yes, you're going to make a commitment to someone, and Leslie needs this game, starting with a 7.
Change that card.
You win the question, you can change it. A good change with a 10.
Lower.
Lower than a 10. An 8.
Higher.
She's going to risk that middle card higher. No. And that'll cost you. Back to the base card, giving Carl a free chance at a 4.
Higher. Got to be higher.
Higher than the 4. A 7.
Higher.
He's going to take a chance. No. Janice will fill in the spaces. No one advanced. Carl, the question to you. We surveyed 100 Englishmen who are dukes, barons, and earls. Now, these men are all members of the English aristocracy. And we asked them, Can you trace your family tree back more than 500 years? How many English aristocrats can trace their genealogy back more than 500 years?
Oh, that's got to be a high number because those people are so stuffy anyway. Even if it wasn't true, they'd say it's true. So I'll say that that's 68.
68. Higher or lower, Leslie?
500 years is a long time. It's got to be lower.
Lower than that? I don't know. They've got a long history. Let's find out. 68 and lower. The actual number of English aristocrats who can trace their genealogy back more than 500 years is 52. It is lower. Leslie has it. More than half of them could, but Leslie has it. She got a 10.
Change the 10.
She wants to try to improve that 10. She does with a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. An 8.
Lower.
Lower than the ace. A jack.
Lower.
Risking it lower. A 4. Trying to go all the way to tie up the match with a $500 run as well. Is it higher? No. Oh, great card. Failed Leslie. Carl, a free chance
Play it
again.
higher.
Higher, he says. A queen. Lower than a queen. No. This is the way the last game went down to the wire. We're already at question 3, and both players back to the base card. Leslie, we found 100 mothers whose daughter has just gotten married. And we asked them, if your daughter asked your advice, would you tell her to get pregnant right away? Or, sorry about that, Leslie. Good timing, staff. Wonderful. Yeah. We asked them a serious question and a very good question. Mothers whose daughters have just gotten married. If your daughter asked your advice, would you tell her to get pregnant right away or to wait a few years? How many mothers would advise their newlywed daughter to wait a few years before having children?
I think the trend today, my mother asked me to wait, and it's been 6.5 years. So I think that, repeat the question one more time.
Sure, yes. How many mothers would advise their newlywed daughter to wait a few years before having children?
High number, 78.
78 out of 100, Carl.
I know for a fact that every mother has an opinion, and I agree with the reasoning. It's going to be even higher than 78.
Even higher than that. Interesting how the times change always, 78 and higher. And I must say that's one of the nice things we've learned over the 3.5 years with Card Sharks, the way people think about things like this. The actual number of mothers who would advise their newlywed daughter to wait a few years before having children is 95. Boy, have the times changed. 95, okay. Carl with a 4.
I'm going to keep that 4, and I'm going to play it higher.
You almost put an adjective in front of that 4, right? The 4, yes, a 9.
Lower.
Risking it lower, a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3, and 8 now.
Higher again.
Oh, he's going to
again.
try it. The championship and a run. No. That $500 run was a big temptation for Carl. Leslie with a free chance.
Okay, great. Higher.
Higher. A queen.
Lower.
King. Lower, a 7.
Higher.
Oh, she's going to risk it. A 9. Now.
Freeze.
Not going to try the run. That may be a pretty good freeze, Leslie, because you need just one card, and it is sudden death once again. And Carl, oh, we've got a little visual for you here. Take a look at this. We pull it out of the back here. All right, now, you all know this is Ronald Reagan. Well, always interesting to see how the youngsters feel about famous people. We showed this picture to 100 fourth grade students, Carl, and we asked them very simply, who is this man, and how many fourth graders knew that this is President Reagan?
Well,
Fourth graders.
As sad as it sounds, there's a lot of people my age that don't know who that picture is. So I'm going to, although the president's in the public eye all the time, fourth graders, I will say that that's going to be a medium-low number, 47.
47 out of 100 knew this was President
It's
Reagan.
going to be higher. Our media is fantastic about getting information out to everybody, and kids are more aware today than they were. It's a higher number.
Higher. Well, the actual number of fourth graders who knew this is a picture of President Reagan is 69. Yes, very much higher. I would think it would be higher. Leslie, you are sitting in the catbird seat in sudden death. You could play it for one card or pass it to Carl for 4.
Pass.
You're going to pass it.
I'm going to pass it.
Don't want to try it with a 1 card. So, Carl, again,
Okay.
you're going to try to get them all, but now you must get them all.
Okay, so it's going to be higher.
Higher than a 4. A 6.
Higher again.
Higher than the 6. No, a 5 is not. And Leslie ties up the match. Now, each player with 1 game, and we will have the tiebreaker coming at you right after this.
A big deal is coming August 27th.
We're tied 1-1. We'll set up for the tiebreaker. 3 cards up there, and 3 questions here. And as Janice deals about, I've got to stop before we get to the tiebreaker. Now, I mentioned this is our last week on NBC. We've had 3.5 wonderful years thanks to your support. Well, there comes a time. Can I see that shoe, Jan? Would you give me the shoe? 3.5 years. I don't know if you can see this, friends, but this poor dear girl. I mean, it is definitely time, Jan. Yes, can I have my finger back? My goodness. Let's start the tiebreaker. Question to Leslie. Leslie, we sent our man on the street to a nudist camp in Southern California. You have strange fans, Carl. So we sent our man on the street to a nudist camp in Southern California, and he asked 100 men, which do you find more of a turn-on? A woman in a skimpy bathing suit or a woman wearing nothing at all? How many men nudists said a woman wearing a skimpy bathing suit is more of a turn-on?
I think that'll be a high number, probably around 82.
82?
Because I think the bathing suit leads to some mystery. If you see everything, it's not.
What do you think,
neat.
Carl? Higher or lower? These are
I like to use
nudists.
my imagination, too. But I think it's going to be just a little lower since the fact that it is a nudist colony.
You say she went a little too high with the 82. The actual number of men nudists who said that a woman wearing a skimpy bathing suit is more of a turn-on is 63. Carl is right. And he's got it. And Carl gets that all-important first crack at the tiebreaker with a 5.
Change that card.
Big change with just 3 cards. An ace!
Oh, lower!
Lower than the ace. No! If you had kept the 5, I would assume it said higher. My goodness, a break for Leslie with a free chance at a 3.
Higher!
Higher than a 3.
No! What's going on?
My goodness gracious. Carl, question 2 going to you.
Okay.
We surveyed 100 women inmates who were serving time in a California state prison, and we asked them, are you in prison for a crime a man persuaded you to commit? How many women inmates claim they are in prison for a crime a man persuaded them to commit?
I don't think anybody believes that they did any crime on their own, especially a woman to a man. So it's got to be a pretty high number, about 53.
53 out of 100 say a man got him there.
I think it's even higher because I think that women are easily influenced.
So you say higher. The actual number of women inmates who are in prison for a crime a man persuaded them to commit is 37, not higher. It's lower, and it is Carl who has it.
I don't even want to see another ace. Lower!
Oh, I thought you wanted to change
No,
it there.
no.
Lower than the ace. A 4.
Higher!
For the championship, is it higher? Yes! Finally, someone won that match. Leslie, we got to say goodbye with $750. Good luck with the baby love. Leslie Kellum, Carl Nixon, come on down here. A hard-fought victory.
Oh, you better believe that. Oh, my goodness.
You never worked so hard for $200.
Oh, McEnroe fell at the U.S. Open right now. Wow.
Great match, and let's see if we can top it off with some great money cards. Carl, you cut those money cards?
Absolutely.
Let's get over and play them right now. Come on, Carl. Here we go. Here come Janice and Lois to deal them out. Those cards that you cut, $200 of new money, and we'll give you 3 cards on the bottom line. Your decision how you bet them. Up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money, 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, where you must risk at least half. Good luck, Carl. And remember now, those doubles that plagued you with the double ace, they won't plague you here. You're on your own, so if you get a double, we'll carry it over.
Okay,
here's $200.
good.
And let's see, we can start him off with a good base card. You can change it if you'd like on each level. Starting with an ace.
All of it lower!
Yes, indeed. $400 if this card is lower. And it is with a jack.
$200 lower.
That's the jack. Half of it, $200. Lower than a jack. Yes,
Yes.
with a 5. $600.
$250 higher. $250 higher.
Good size bet on a 5. $250 higher. And another
Oh,
ace. $850. We're going to give you another
Yes.
$200. You are already over $1,000
I
with
will bet
ace.
everything lower.
Let's double it to $2,100 lower.
Yes.
With a queen. $2,100 and a queen.
$1,500 lower.
$1,500 lower than a queen.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
Up the middle now with $3,600. Be careful. 2 to go.
$100. $100 lower.
Lower. We've seen more high cards. It would seem like the logical bet.
Come on, two!
$100. He wants a 2. What? He gets a 3. That is not bad with $3,700. There are 4 twos out that can hurt you. You would not lose with the double. 3,700 and a 3.
I've never even seen this much money in my life. $3,000 higher.
Okay. Cross the fingers. No 2. Please. $3,000 more if this is higher. Yeah! $6,700. That's nice, Carl. That's nice. And that took some guts, so you said. That's a lot of money to bet on one card. And Carl Nixon did it very well. $6,900. He'll meet a new challenger in a moment right after this. A lot of guts. A lot of guts. Good job. Good job. And we're back with our champion, Carl Nixon. Very happy for you, Carl. We were just talking about studio weddings. We always do. We have some nice people here. And a lady mentioned a very nice thing. And as I say, this is our last week. And I'm going to be kind of sorry for the friends that we've made at home. Especially this young man has a bit of a problem, let us say. And he has some learning disabilities and what have you. But he watches the show, and he can just about repeat everything that Gene and I say. So we want to say hello to a very nice young man, Timmy Boyle, out there. Hi, Timmy. Thank you for joining us on Carl Show. 2 brand new decks of cards and a new challenger coming out. Tammy Levy, or Levy. Hello, Tammy. Is it Levy or Levy?
Levy.
Levy.
Nice to meet you.
Why don't you tell us about you, Tammy?
I'm Tammy Levy. I'm from Washington Courthouse, Ohio. I taught school for 8 years. Now I'm a wife and a new mother. My hobbies are reading, playing tennis, and I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're delighted to have you here with us, Tammy. You cut your cards?
Yes, I did.
Let us get to business. We're giving the money away. Let's keep up the good work. Carl, not that you could use the money there with that $6,900,
I'll
but they
take 5 times as much, let me tell you.
Yeah, but they told me, too, that it took you 3 hours to get here by buses. You didn't have a car, right?
Absolutely. I didn't get a car.
Maybe we helped you out in that cause. Carl, we asked 100 married men, would you have a happier marriage if only your wife had fewer headaches at bedtime? Do I detect a faint euphemism there in that question? How many men said they would have a happier marriage if their wife was more romantic at bedtime? All of them, said a lady.
I almost agree with that. Now, being not married, I don't really know the situation that well, but from what I read and hear, I'm pretty sure that most men, anytime they can get it. So
happier marriage, that is.
So yes. It's going to be a high number. 81.
81 out of 100 said if their wife was more romantic at bedtime, they'd have a happier marriage, Tammy.
I know that many problems can contribute to an unhappy marriage. However, I feel that the headache syndrome is a little bit overblown, and I think it's out of proportion. So I'm going to go with a lower number than 81.
Lower than that.
Yeah.
What were the products we sold at the last commercial? I'm saying 81 and lower. The actual number of men who said they would have a happier marriage if their wife had fewer headaches at bedtime is 36. Tammy's right. Yeah, there are a lot more reasons than just that. So Tammy starts off the match with an ace.
Good card. Lower.
Lower than the ace. The 7.
Freeze.
Gonna freeze. Well, that run is always there, but of course you keep your opponent away from his cards if you don't make a mistake. I just started. That's right. You don't have the money he's got. Tammy, we asked 100 Protestant ministers, is it wrong to pray for money? How many ministers think it is wrong to pray for money?
That's a tough question, but I think that it's a materialistic world, and I think most ministers would probably want people to pray for no matter what the reason. So I'm going to go with maybe 67 ministers out of 100.
Say that it's wrong to pray for money.
I think I'll reverse it. I'll say 43.
43 out of 100
yes.
Say that it is wrong to pray for money.
Well, if it's wrong, I'm going to burn because I prayed for money, and it worked. So, and I'm a Protestant, so I'll say...
How many say it's wrong? She said 43.
I'll say that it's lower than that because as long as they get their 10%, that's fine.
Oh. If you're going to pray, at least tithe, right?
That's right.
43 and lower. The actual number of ministers who think it's wrong to pray for money is 11. You're right, Carl. You can pray for anything.
Okay,
Kind of nice to pray no matter what the occasion. Carl, a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3. A queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. No, another queen. Not lower against an opponent. It had to be Tammy with a 7. Higher. No, a 4. Stays right there. Janice fills in the spaces. And Carl.
Okay.
We asked 100 people, Does your family have a black sheep? How many people admitted their family does have a black sheep?
I'd say that's got to be a real high number. I'm the black sheep of the family. I moved out here by myself. 71.
71 out of 100 said, yeah, their family has a black sheep.
I know almost all families have a black sheep. However, in our family, I think I'm fortunate to say I don't think we have one. I hope I'm not it. I will say that it's a little bit lower than that.
Lower than that. The actual number of people who admitted their family has a black sheep is 47. You're right, Tammy, it is lower.
Change
Almost
that
half of
card.
them did go. Now Tammy can get rid of that 7. A 3.
All right, good card. Higher.
Higher than a 3. A 7 again.
Higher.
Risking it this time. No. Not higher. Carl with a free chance and a 3.
Please be higher.
Please, he said. No. He asked so politely, and this is what he gets? That's not nice.
No respect.
No respect,
No respect
for a man with all his money. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey, now you can play along with Win TV from your own PC. Register to play at GameShowNetwork.com, download the free software, then log on weekdays at 12 p.m. Eastern to watch, play, and win. Win TV Interactive, where a classic game show meets the future.
Goodson, Bill Todman production.